Hello everyone and welcome to my Y&R Insider 24 update channel. Sienna's grave danger, Mitch's sinister secret. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Sienna Bacall, Tamara Braun, is new to the CBS soap opera. While she seems fierce and fearless, she could actually be in grave danger. The club owner's life could be in jeopardy if Sharon Newman, played by Sharon Case, runs into Mitch Bacall, also known as Matt Clark, played by Roger Howarth. Keep reading and let's talk about what could happen in the CBS soap opera. Sienna Bacall's fierceness. Let's start by talking about what we know so far about Sienna. The woman owns a club in Los Angeles and seems comfortable around all kinds of people. The brunette is no nonsense but can play games just as well as the guys in the club. However, Noah Newman's, Lucas Adams, accident really seemed to rattle her. Then, she had some hushed chats with Holden Novak, Nathan Owens. Sienna also gives Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, one explanation and then mentions other things to Sharon. The woman can definitely hold her own. However, that doesn't mean she's the villain. In fact, she could end up being in danger from the person she's closest to. Sharon Newman's investigation. Over with Sharon, she decided to go to the club and ran into Claire Grace Newman, Haley Erin. If anything happens to Sharon, Claire could tell the police about the woman looking for Sienna. However, we are aware that Sienna does not harm Sharon. Eventually, Sharon talked to Sienna and found out Noah's been keeping a lot of secrets. Then, she decided to wait for Sienna's husband, Mitch. After she hung up with Nick, she gasped in horror as she faced someone from the past, Matt Clark. The illusion of Mitch Bacall. According to the Young and the Restless spoilers, Sharon mentioned Matt Clark to Mitch in the episode that aired on October 31, 2025. The man did not appear confused or surprised. So, there is a good chance that Sharon is right. This Mitch guy is really the dead Matt who tormented her all those years ago. Is it possible that Mitch was to blame for Noah's mishap? According to Sienna, why would he offer to invest in Noah's club? Grave danger and sinister secrets. It's quite possible that Sienna doesn't know that Mitch is really a villain named Matt Clark. It is confirmed that Sienna and Mitch are married, but we don't know for how long. Are they just getting married here, or have they been together for a long time? In a promo clip, Sienna mentioned it was a long time, no see to her hubby. The man does say that he has done a lot while he has been gone, but is Sienna aware of the truth? Could Sienna be in grave danger if Sharon and Nick tell her who Mitch really is and about his history? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember to keep watching the soap on CBS or Paramount Plus to find out what happens next. Sharon, startled by Mitch Bacall, calls him Matt Clark. Who's Matt Clark? The Young and the Restless spoilers and updates reveal Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, has more than the normal reasons to fear Sienna Bacall's, Tamara Braun, husband. She is startled and shocked when she recognizes Roger Howarth's Mitch Bacall and calls him Matt Clark. But who is Matt Clark, and why is she so afraid of him? Matt Clark was someone from Nick and Sharon's past, and he was dangerous. Matt Clark actually goes back further than anyone who didn't watch the show in the 1990s would have thought to Sharon and Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow. Matt, who was first portrayed by Eddie Cibrian in the 1990s, Russell Lawrence in the year 2000, and Rick Hurst in the years 2000 to 2001 were Nick and Sharon's classmates in high school. Matt Clark had a romantic rivalry with Nicholas Newman and a romantic relationship with Sharon Collins at the start of the series. Nick was in a relationship with Amy Wilson, Julianne Morris, who just so happened to be Sharon's dearest friend. As time went on, Nick developed feelings for Sharon. Even though Sharon had a strong attraction to Matt, she couldn't help but feel a growing fondness for Nick too and broke up with Matt in favor of pursuing a relationship with Nick. Matt Clark was an obsessed stalker of Sharon's, worse than Cameron Kirsten. Matt became worse than Cameron Kirsten, Lyndon Ashby, as a devoted stalker of Sharon. In 1995, Nick asked Sharon to marry him. Matt wanted revenge and attacked Nick, also raping Sharon. He told Nick that Sharon had put a child up for adoption with the intention of completely ruining both of them, but Nick and Sharon stayed together. Later, after Sharon revealed that Matt had assaulted her, Nick went to face Matt and discovered him dead on the floor. Nick was arrested after Matt was shot, and he was found guilty of murder and given a 15-year prison sentence. However, it turned out that Matt wasn't actually dead. In 2001, Matt came back under a new name and underwent plastic surgery. After undergoing plastic surgery to completely transform his appearance, Matt returned to town in 2001 as Carter Mills. He attempted to assault Sharon once more but was unsuccessful. Trisha Dennison McNeil, Sabrin Jenner, his unintentional partner, deliberately crashed the car they were in, resulting in his hospitalization. Matt removed his own breathing tube and framed Nick for the murder and also informed Nick that he had raped Sharon. At the time, Sharon was pregnant, and Nick suspected that the baby could be Matt's. However, Sharon later suffered a miscarriage, and it was confirmed that the child was actually Nick's, not Matt's. Be sure to catch up on everything happening with Y&R right now. Come back here often for the young and the restless spoilers, news, and updates. Secrets, lies, and shocking resurrections are not uncommon in the young and the restless world. Yet, even by the show's own twisted standards, the introduction of Sienna Bacall and the shocking reappearance of Matt Clark under the guise of Mitch Bacall feels like a seismic shift. It is a storyline that ties together the past and the present, causing Sharon Newman and the Newman family to relive their worst fears. Beneath the glamour of Los Angeles nightlife and the shadows of Genoa City's secrets lies a story of survival, deception, and the haunting truth that the past is never truly buried. The ferocious exterior of Sienna Bacall in the beginning, Sienna Bacall, Tamara Braun, was a woman who exuded confidence, mystery, and control. She was a mysterious yet captivating presence. As the owner of an upscale club in Los Angeles, she had the look and poise of a woman who could handle herself in any situation. Her club was her kingdom, filled with flashing lights, smooth jazz, whispered deals, and secrets exchanged like currency. To the casual observer, Sienna was fearless, a woman who commanded attention and respect from both patrons and staff alike. However, cracks soon began to form in that carefully constructed armor. When Noah Newman, Lucas Adams, was involved in a strange and sudden accident, Sienna's calm demeanor faltered. Her voice trembled. Fear, confusion, guilt, or perhaps even foreknowledge were all visible in her eyes. She brushed off questions, claiming it was just a freak accident, but the tension in her posture told a different story. Her whispered conversations with Holden Novak, Nathan Owens, a mysterious character whose devotion to Sienna appeared to change with the seasons, followed. Their hushed tones and quick glances suggested that something much more sinister than business issues was present. When Sienna spoke separately to Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, and Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, the inconsistencies got worse. She told a slightly different story each time, which made them both suspicious. To Nick, she was a grieving friend, a woman protecting her husband's business interests. To Sharon, she was evasive, defensive, hiding something behind carefully chosen words. The audience could sense it. Sienna Bacall was living a double life, and she might not even realize the danger closing in around her. The return of Sharon Newman, a collision with the past. The involvement of Sharon Newman began as curiosity, but quickly turned into obsession. Sharon has always had a tangled past filled with dark secrets and dangerous individuals. Sharon's life has been marked by cycles of love, betrayal, and danger, from her turbulent romance with Nick to her traumatizing involvement with stalkers like Cameron Kirsten. When she heard about Noah's accident and learned that he had been involved with Sienna's club, she decided to pay the establishment a visit herself. Inside the dimly lit club, Sharon's presence was like a ghost from another world. She found herself face to face with Claire Grace Newman, Haley Erin, who noticed her mother's unease. Sharon dismissed it, claiming that she was only there to monitor Noah's business dealings. But beneath her calm smile, Sharon felt something, an energy, a presence that chilled her to the bone. When Sharon finally met Sienna, the conversation began civilly enough. But it didn't take long before tensions bubbled to the surface. Sienna spoke vaguely of Mitch's investments, Noah's potential, and their unfortunate accident. Sharon, always intuitive, began to investigate. She sensed half-truths and evasions. Sienna then murmured something about Mitch's upcoming return when her phone rang. Sharon's memory was sparked by that name, Mitch Bacall. Despite being obscured by decades of trauma, it was sufficiently familiar to make her feel uneasy. Sharon called Nick later to voice her suspicions while she awaited Mitch's arrival. "There's something off about this guy," she said. The way Sienna talks about him, it's like she doesn't even know who she's married to. When the man finally appeared, Sharon's blood ran cold. His face was older, sculpted differently, but the eyes, those cold, calculating eyes, were unmistakable. She gasped and whispered, "Matt Clark." The name hung in the air like a ghost. The sinister deception of Mitch Backall, Roger Howarth, did not flinch. His expression remained calm, measured, almost amused. The audience could sense it immediately. Sharon was right. Mitch Backall was none other than the presumed dead Matt Clark, the man who once terrorized her and Nick. The man whose obsession had shattered lives and left scars that never fully healed. The layers of deceit surrounding Mitch were masterful. He had re-emerged from the ashes with a new identity, new connections, and apparently, a new wife who knew nothing of his past. Matt Clark's twisted brilliance was perfectly aligned with the notion that he had reinvented himself once more, this time as a wealthy investor and club owner, having gone so far as to undergo plastic surgery and assume the alias Carter Mills. Mitch had always been a chameleon, a manipulator who thrived in the shadows of other people's trust. For Sienna, her husband's lies were invisible chains. She believed she was married to Mitch Backall, a charming entrepreneur who had built his fortune abroad and wanted to settle into a quieter life. Years earlier, he had swept her off her feet and promised her stability and a partner who would support her no matter what. Their marriage seemed passionate but unconventional. He would disappear for long periods, claiming to travel for business. He brought expensive gifts, exotic tales, and the same intoxicating charisma that had initially captivated her each time he returned. What Sienna didn't realize was that each of those absences might have been time spent constructing lies and covering old crimes. Mitch's reappearance in Sharon's life wasn't coincidence, it was strategy. Matt Clark had a lifelong obsession with Sharon, Nick, and retribution. His new identity allowed him to infiltrate their world once again, using Sienna and Noah's business as his entry point. He presented himself as a benefactor, investing in Noah's club to help the next generation of Newmans succeed. However, the same vengeful obsession that had once driven him to heinous deeds lay concealed beneath that polished exterior. Echoes from the past, the story of Matt Clark. To fully understand the danger Sharon now faced, one had to revisit the nightmare that was Matt Clark's original reign of terror. Decades earlier, Matt, then portrayed by Eddie Cibrian and later by Rick Hurst, was a popular student at Genoa City High. He was charming, handsome, and manipulative, a wolf in teenage clothing. His relationship with Sharon Collins, as she was known then, began innocently enough, but quickly devolved into possessiveness and control. When Sharon broke things off to pursue a relationship with Nick Newman, Matt's jealousy curdled into hatred. His obsession grew darker and more violent. He stalked Sharon, manipulated her friends, and eventually committed the ultimate act of cruelty. He raped her, a trauma that haunted her for years. Matt's assault not only scarred Sharon but also nearly destroyed Nick, who was wrongfully accused of Matt's murder when the villain appeared to die under mysterious circumstances. But Matt Clark was never truly gone. He resurfaced in 2001 under the alias Carter Mills, like a ghost that won't go away. With plastic surgery and a new identity, he wormed his way back into Sharon's life, attempting to assault her again. His accomplice, Trisha Dennison McNeil, ended up crashing their car, resulting in Matt's supposed death. Despite the fact that the young and the restless has always thrived on the resurrecting of monsters that were thought to be buried, his death appeared to be the last. Now, decades later, the circle completes itself. Matt Clark has returned as Mitch Backall instead of Carter Mills, a wealthy, influential, and newlywed who is perilously unaware of his monstrous past. The grave danger of Sienna as Sharon struggles to process the horrifying realization that Mitch is Matt Clark, Sienna's life teeters on the edge of catastrophe. The woman who once appeared fearless now stands as the unsuspecting victim of a psychopath's grand deception. Her loyalty to Mitch blinds her to the inconsistencies surrounding his behavior, the secretive phone calls, the unexplained absences, the way he avoids questions about his past. Sienna ignores Sharon and Nick's attempts to warn her. She insists, echoing the tragic words spoken by numerous soap characters prior to their demise, "You don't know him like I do." However, old photographs, forged business records, and a fingerprint analysis linking Mitch Backall to Matt Clark's criminal file begin to surface soon after. It is impossible to deny the truth. Mitch realizes the walls are closing in. His obsession returns, but this time it is split between Sienna, the woman he controls, and Sharon, the woman he once cheated on. In his fractured psyche, the two women begin to merge into one, symbols of his need for dominance and his hatred of rejection. The line between love and possession blurs, and the danger intensifies. Sienna starts to notice subtle shifts in her husband's demeanor. His temper flares without warning. He gaslights her, claiming she's imagining things. He isolates her from friends and business partners. She becomes terrified when she finds a locked drawer in his office. Inside, she finds clippings about Sharon, photos of the Newman family, and most chillingly a collection of fake IDs, all bearing Mitch's face with different names. The realization crashes over her. Her husband is not who he claims to be. The final confrontation. The confrontation between Sharon, Sienna, and Mitch is inevitable and explosive. Sienna is shaking and clutching the evidence when Sharon and Nick arrive at her house to warn her. Mitch shows up before they can do anything, his charming persona being replaced by cold fury. Sharon confronts her nemesis once more in one of the show's most intense scenes yet. "You can change your face, your name, your story," she tells him, voice trembling but resolute, "but you'll always be the monster who tried to destroy me." Mitch smiles, and his voice is as silky as silk. "Sharon, you give me too much credit. You weren't lost to me. I made you stronger." Before he can make another move, Sienna steps between them. Her fear is replaced for the first time by courage. "You don't own me," she says, her voice breaking but fierce. "You don't own anyone." When Mitch lunges toward Sharon, Sienna strikes back, grabbing the gun he'd kept hidden in the drawer. A single shot rings out, echoing the final note of a decades-long symphony of deceit. Mitch stumbles, his expression disbelieving. As the sirens wail in the distance, Sienna collapses into Sharon's arms, sobbing. "I didn't know," she whispers. "I swear, I was unaware." Sharon, shaken but resolute, replies, "None of us ever really do until it's too late." Recovery and retribution in the aftermath, Sienna's world collapses. Her club is seized as evidence, her marriage revealed as a facade. Sharon, however, turns out to be an unexpected ally for her in the wreckage. Trauma-bound, the two women begin to heal together. Sharon helps Sienna navigate the guilt and grief, reminding her that she was a victim of Matt's manipulation, not his accomplice. For once, Sharon steps out of the role of victim and into that of survivor and protector. Noah, too, finds closure. He is devastated when he learns that Mitch orchestrated his accident, but it also renews his resolve to rebuild his life on his terms. Long haunted by Matt Clark's legacy, the Newman family finally puts their demons to rest. As for Sienna, she vows to start over, to rebuild her club, her identity, and her life free from deception. She is shown in the final scene waking up the city around her as she stands outside her empty club at sunrise. She whispers softly, "No more lies," before walking inside to begin anew. The Secret's legacy as a legacy the young and the restless has always done well when characters, stories, and pain turned into power are reinvented. The Sienna and Mitch storyline is a masterclass in soap opera psychology, blending modern suspense with echoes of the show's long, complex history. It serves as a reminder to viewers that the past, no matter how long it has been hidden, will always return. Sienna's journey from fierce independence to shocking vulnerability and back again mirrors the cyclical nature of Y&R itself. Sharon's confrontation with Matt Clark, now Mitch Backall, isn't just a reunion with an old enemy, it's a reckoning with her own strength. The storyline underscores one of the most enduring truths of the soap world: evil never truly dies, but neither does courage. As the credits roll, viewers are left with lingering questions. Will Sienna really be able to escape Matt's shadow? Will Sharon find peace after finally facing the man who once stole it from her? And will the sins of the past continue to echo through Genoa City, as they always do? The Young and the Restless has delivered yet another unforgettable tale of love, lies, and survival, demonstrating once more that even though danger diminishes in the soap opera world, secrets never die.